Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. Today we're going to be doing privacy and then we are going to be doing business. These are recorded live Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to catch the show live. As always, you can help support the channel over on switchedtolinux.com/support. Has all of the current means to help support us. So let's go ahead and get started here. So Arlo has a new wire-free Pro 4 camera that doesn't need a smart home. So now we are starting to get IoT smart devices that don't even have to have any form of hub. You just connect them right onto your router and you go right on into the network. And that's it, folks. They're just perpetually roaming around on the internet now. Everything is completely web-based in their cloud with no internals. This is a little on the creepy side. So 2 security cameras, the Pro 4 wire-free and the Ultra 2 wire-free. So both, you can pre-order both cameras now. They start at $199 for the 4 and $299 for, 4 and 2, is the 2 better than the 4? I'm not sure why the pricing's different, or maybe they have the pricing swapped out. I don't know. Both cameras are wire-free, makes it easier to set up. The 4 connects directly to Wi-Fi, no smart hub needed. It produces 2K video with HDR, color night vision, and 160-degree viewing angle. Also comes with a built-in spotlight to illuminate intruders, a siren, and 2-way audio to communicate with guests. That's exciting. You have been spotted. You have been spotted. The laser is coming. The laser is coming. Lay down and comply. You have 3 seconds to comply. You have 3 seconds to comply. And then we have a RoboCop moment, and the automated bot blows you out of the window, high up, and that's just the end of it, because the evil tech is coming to get us. I have deep concerns, though, about anything here that completely goes directly bypassing any hubs or going right into the cloud from your router, because this means literally absolutely anything and everything, no matter what, with pretty much no way of blocking anything in between, is all going straight up to a company server. And this, in and of itself, is a problematic thing. So here, just kind of various applications. You get the creepy thing over here. Oh, they got a Ring doorbell as well. Oh, lordy. Or is that a... Oh, that's an Ultra 2 set up next to the door. Okay, I guess maybe the 4 is the camera. Maybe 2 is like a doorbell type camera. I don't know. I didn't look into all of the fine details. Oh, and they do have a Pro 3. So yeah, you can get these new cameras that are just passing all your data directly into the cloud servers without pass and go or collecting $200 first. All right. Next, we have the police are requesting data from people's smart speakers at an alarming rate. So if you happen to have one of those Alexa, order me unicorn meat, confirm in your house, and you're just, whatever you happen to be doing, that thing's always listening. It's always processing data. And by the way, it's always taking this data back. Remember, nearly every one of these companies, they were caught having employees listening to your specific recordings and verifying that any automatic voice to text was actually processing correctly. They're literally taking the noises coming out of your house and feeding it to third world people somewhere. This is creepy, guys. But, with all of these smart new devices, the police are like, hey, you got information and we would like some of that information. So there's an entire form that police can use. And what they actually are telling us here is that earlier this month, Amazon said it received 3,000 requests from police for use of data in the first half of the year, and Amazon complied almost 2,000 times. So 2/3 of the requests as of now have been fulfilled. And that other 1,000, they might just haven't gotten to them yet, but they're getting the data. We don't know if those were 1,000 denied or 1,000 just have not yet been processed. But that is a 72% increase from those in 2016, which makes sense because there really weren't smart speakers in 2016. 2016, what's the significance of that? They're trying to tie it into Orange Man Bad. I know it. when Amazon first disclosed the data, a 24% jump in the past year alone. So 24% increase. So if you got one of these little, hey, Alexa, laying around, or a Google or an Apple speaker, the police are asking for the data. Did this surprise any of us? No, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all. But just be aware that those information are coming out. All right. And next, we have a new privacy standard that rises from the ashes like a rising and hatching phoenix out of do not track for the new global privacy control. You know that do not track? You might have seen the thing if you ever head on into your browser settings like, do you want to turn on do not track? And you're like, yes, do not track me. Sends a code to a website not to track you. And like no website in the history of the universe respected it. Like the people who made the standards like, we ain't respecting that crap. No one's respecting that crap. So everyone pretty much realizes that do not track is a useless piece of nonsense. But out of a new one, we have a new one which will definitely be respected. This is the global privacy control. It's basically the same thing. They've renamed it. And the only place where this has a little bit more of a say, however, there is a little bit more of a say here. And that is that we do have the Privacy Act, the Consumer Privacy Act in California, where apparently you can, you can't share your data, but you can give somebody AIDS now. I don't know. But over there in California, which is crazy land, they do have the Consumer Privacy Act in California that basically says, yeah, a company must respect any of your requests to stop all data. And GDPR also has similar provisions. And so now they're looking at creating a new standard to mark this global privacy control system, which is going to effectively tell a company out the outset what your desires are. So in theory, if the companies start implementing this and the regulations in California and in the EU buy into all of this, then yes, you can have a way to have a single check mark hit in a web browser so that you can stop getting all of the annoying pop-ups about consenting to cookies because your browser will pre-feed the information at the level of control you have. That would be an amazing thing to have in your browser. Do I think it's going to be implemented? Probably not, but it would be really cool if it was. So for now, Brave and DuckDuckGo are going. Have committed to implement the control, and this isn't like the desktop browsers. This is like the mobile app browsers. So the Brave and DuckDuckGo browsers are the only browsers developing who have committed so far. And so they're basically doing that. And then, we'll see what happens. Firefox maybe, but they're too busy following woke politics to care. And then Google Chrome, if it benefits them, they'll put it in. If it doesn't benefit them, then they won't. So, do I have a lot of hope? Not really. But anyway, it's a neat idea, and it would be cool if they implemented it. And I wish I could just have one little option in my thing to say, no, never accept any cookie that is not 100% required for this website to function. Boom, be done with it. I would love that option. That would be awesome. Now, of course, I can do that by denying all cookies, but then the site just simply stops working. So, I don't know. I think the whole cookie nonsense is the most absurd of all of GDPR. Like, GDPR is fine except the cookies, because it's like, okay, the cookies are in the complete consumer's control. Here's a thought. Just educate the sheeple to clear their cookies once in a while, I mean, that is certainly the option. All right, well, if you'd like to help support the channel, I do have a series of affiliates that you can find my whole list over on switchedtolinux.com/affiliates. But today we are highlighting A2 hosting. This is where I'm hosting my websites, my clients' websites. I use a VPS hosting, managing all my emails on my client websites and things like that. So it works very well. They also have good shared and reseller plans and dedicated servers as well. Free SSLs. They have some site speed boost type options and things like that. All variety of things, and their help and support is very good, very fast. The other day, I needed to get PHP 7.3 and 7.4 added to my servers. They had it done in like a matter of like an hour, and it was really awesome to get that level of help. So definitely go ahead and have a look at A2 hosting, tlm.li/A2H. And on to the business news. Apple patent describes a folding smartphone with a self-healing display. All right, so I'm going to have to stop using TechSpot if they don't stop with the annoying pop-up ads all over the place. In context, modern smartphones are light years ahead of old school flip phones, but hasn't come with a cost. iPhones, Android devices alike suffer from durability. I'm going to have to run an ad blocker next time. All right. I don't think you guys are seeing the ads that keep on popping up on the bottom of the screen, but they drive me crazy. Yes, I will have to use Firefox next time where I have my ad blockers. I'm trying to support the sites, but they're being so annoying. All right, anyway, let's get back to this. Even the toughest Gorilla Glass is likely to scratch or dent from small falls. Fortunately, Apple has a solution of sorts, an iPhone with the ability to repair minor damage all by itself. So they have published a patent. It was filed back in March 2019. And as they did that, the patent was published that basically it's a foldable smartphone that can bend vertically like a book, kind of like the Microsoft one. And then, but what it can do is it can self-heal any damages that happens. So that can be accelerated with heat. It can be accelerated with light. But there's something about the chemical property that's going to, I don't know, maybe reoxidate. Maybe it's grabbing from the air. I don't know what it's doing. It's just alien technology. It is confirmed Apple is just selling alien technology. Self-healing bending glass, okay? That's alien technology. So there you go. Self-healing process could be initiated or expedited by external sources such as heat, light, electric current. Electric current. All right, let's all put our phones in our microwaves again, people. It may not charge the battery, but it'll fix the glass. Concept is certainly exciting. We should note that patent applications are rarely set in stone. So who knows if it'll happen, but nobody else will come out with foldable self-repairing glass except Apple. That has been confirmed. All right, further, Apple, now being the Gestapo, they sent Guido after ProtonMail now. And where's Toss out? Toss, are you doing the dirty work for Apple? You giving him an offer he can't refuse. So Apple now comes after ProtonMail to force them to add in-app purchases, kind of like they did it to WordPress, and then WordPress like, what are you doing? Our app's always been free, and they kind of apologized to that. But so Apple's basically coming down. Hey was the other one. They come down and they tell ProtonMail, oh, if you want to keep on being on the App Store, you have to add in-app purchases, which of course gives us 30% of everything that you're doing. They're like, dude, we're a free app. We don't have any in-app purchases. Too bad. Figure it out. Sell something in that crap, or we're knocking you out of the store. And so this just is not looking good for all these antitrust pros. Like, is Apple trying to get themselves in trouble with the government, or just they realize the government is too incompetent and powerless to do anything? They're like, dude, we're the world's richest company. We'll just buy ourselves like 5 senators or something because that's what they want to do. But anyway, one app developer revealed to Congress that it, just like WordPress, has been forced to monetize the largely free app. The developer testified Apple had demanded in-app purchases, even though Apple had approved the app without them 2 years earlier. And when the dev dared to send an email to customers notifying them of the change, Apple threatened to remove the app and blocked all updates. So they are Guidos. Where is Toss? Toss is running around. Toss is out working for Apple now, isn't he? He's bringing that caddy in. He's sitting there staring into the CEO's office of these apps, rubbing his fingers on the back of that opened up caddy trunk. That's right. If you guys don't know Toss, that's Total OS Today. Go check out his channel. Anyway, all my chat guys will know who Toss is, but go check out Total OS Today if you could. All right. Known for months, WordPress and Hey weren't alone being strong-armed. So yeah, they're up to it now. So Apple's just like, you can't have a free app on the Apple ecosystem anymore. Now, some of this appears to be, since ProtonMail conflicts with a built-in Apple app. So like WordPress was allowed to say, oh, we're sorry, we're going to reverse that for you. Simply because they don't compete with anything on the phone. But ProtonMail, this is an email application. This competes with what we're doing. And therefore, we got to charge you. So then, of course, ProtonMail kicks back and says Apple's App Store practices is like mafia extortion. and I think I kind of agree with them. So from 9 to 5 Mac, we're not going to read through all this, just goes through a little bit more of what we just covered. Starting with the epic game battles, we have Hey, we have there's ProtonMail there, we have the WordPress app over here. In other words, guys, Apple's kind of becoming a little annoying. So, get the Gestapo out there. Well, AT&T decides to kill DSL, leaves tens of millions of people without without internet, fiber internet. I love this picture here of the snail on the mouse, because that is about how fast AT&T's internet runs around here. Phones are okay, but actually I don't even know if we have AT&T LAN service here. We do have a Verizon DSL, which runs only slightly faster than my old 33.6 on my 1995 Windows 95 computer. But anyway, AT&T stops connecting new DSL users. Only 28% of the AT&T territory has fiber options. In other words, they're going to be cutting a lot of people out. They deployed fiber to home internet to less than 30% of the households in a 21-state territory. They're failing in their duties to provide broadband internet. This is what the Telecommunications Act, I think it was 96, did. It literally paid all of these ISPs, including AT&T and Verizon, to wire rural areas so the whole country had access to broadband internet. They took all the money, they paid out big bonuses to their CEOs for navigating amazing deals with the government, and then that was like, we just can't afford to put internet out all over these places. Give us more money. Meanwhile, they're still upping the salaries of their CEOs. Now, do I have a problem if they were legitimately making good money and their CEOs are getting paid well? I don't. The problem is they're taking government money with the express purpose of expanding broadband rural internet to rural areas in America. They're instead paying out big bonuses. They're not fulfilling their missions. And then they're coming back and asking the government for more. And now they're just like, yeah, we just can't do it. We just can't do it. So now we're just completely cutting it off entirely. So we're going to have a lot of people that are not going to have access to internet in response to this. They're going to stop adding new people. And they're not really expanding fiber out in those areas either. So there you have it. Well, Tesla, it can't be a week without Tesla in the news. Tesla now has a new convertible because this Model Y roof flies off while the driver drove down the California highway. Whoops! Whole glass top just... I would hate to be behind that car. Who's responsible for that one? It is actually the driver of the vehicle. If I'm behind that car and their glass roof flies off and smashes into my car, they are liable for the damage. Tesla's not. Now, they might be able to try and sue Tesla for something, but ultimately, in the eyes of the law and the insurance, it would be the driver of the vehicle. It means that something came off of their car or whatever else. So that'd be an interesting court case, though. I'm just like, I don't care who pays the bill, just somebody's got to pay this bill. The owner's like, it's Tesla's fault. Tesla's like, it's not our car anymore. We sold it to this guy over here, despite us maintaining pretty much full control over the thing, But anyway, I think there's a picture of the roof down here. Yeah, look at a 2-second picture, I think. Woohoo! Yeah, baby! I don't think you see the roof fly off, but you can clearly see that the car no longer has a roof. So yeah, you can get now a convertible Tesla. You just have to loosen up them screws there, and your roof will just kind of fly right on off. Isn't that epic? That's epic. I don't know what you say. That's pretty cool. All right, well, YouTube is rolling out some changes to their features. So as we all know, the YouTube likes to roll out new changes all the time. In fact, there's new icons sitting right now at the top of my YouTube studio. This is the first time I've ever seen them. I have no idea what any of them do. And they're just like, hey, we got new stuff for you. Like, you want to give us some heads up on what this crap is? I don't know. But anyway, they are now testing new features only on the paying subscribers. So now you will have to have a premium account to test upcoming YouTube features. So YouTube tests were previous subscription agnostic, but now they're like, yep, we're just going to go ahead and turn them on just if you happen to be paying us. So now if you're a paying YouTube customer, your customer experience is going to become random and just random. Just random. It's just going to be random. Definitely interesting. So what do you guys think? Let's see. Oh, you have the option, I guess. Do you want to try new experimental features? Woohoo, try it or not. You can watch on your home screen. Try it or not. That's right, man. You can try watching stuff on your home screen. There you go. So anyway, let's get on to our feature story for the day. Feature story for the day: House, Amazon, Facebook, Apple, Google have monopoly power and should be split. I think that the House has monopoly power and should be split. I'm not quite to the arena where I want to be an anarcho-capitalist, but at the same token, I'm really looking at this going, what we got ain't working. I'm not sure I agree with anarcho-capitalism because that's what allowed this kind of stuff to happen to a degree. More maybe crony capitalism. By the way, capitalism itself is not bad. It's when you get into these weird offshoots. Crony capitalism is different from capitalism. Oligarchy is different. Things like that. And so, without getting into the economics lesson of it all. So this comes in response to about 18 months of research from a subcommittee on antitrust, a couple of guys who are completely clueless to how technology works. They're like, how do you turn this thing on? I don't even know. The power button's right there, buddy. All right, let's fix that green screen now. Woohoo! Anyway, so you have a whole lot of people that are like, I don't even know how this stuff works, and they're trying to make decisions about big tech. We're screwed. We're screwed, American people. We're screwed. It doesn't matter which one of the buffoons we put into the White House this term. We're screwed. We're screwed. But anyway, what they came up with here is they came up with just after interviewing a lot of people, looking at a lot of internet documents and things like that, they basically look at these four companies. They look at Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and Google and talk about different ways that they have monopoly power. And then we get to this fascinating article. So let me just briefly summarize it. Amazon, they just control third-party product exchange. Them and Walmart basically do the same thing. Hey, we can sell millions of widgets, but you got to cut the price in half for us. Oh, you wouldn't like to use us? Don't worry. We'll just hire some third world company over there to pay their village children to make the knockoff version of what you got. We're just going to undercut you anyway, and you'll just go out of business. Those are your options. And it's just like, I don't even know what to do. So that's kind of what Amazon's basically doing. Apple, of course, it's the App Store. We just talked about it in the previous articles. The biggest deal with the App Store and why Android is not susceptible to the same thing is because you can sideload apps on Android. You cannot sideload apps on Apple. And if Apple only did one thing, allow sideloading of apps, they would have no problem with any of this. Now, they're like, but that'll cause insecurity. That's okay. Let the customer take on the risk, all right? Yeah, I'm not saying it has to be easy. I'm just saying it has to be possible. Without all of the, I know you guys are really like, yeah, but you can follow these little steps. Yeah, that still requires an Apple account and all this other nonsense. I want something as simple as Android. This is the file, send it over, install it, period. Give me that, and Apple is relieved of all this. Facebook, its issue is about all of the data acquisition, the data and the acquisition. The biggest deal with Facebook, of course, is unless you explicitly actively block them on your network like I do, in fact, I'm guessing websites still have share buttons. I have not seen a share button in like 2 or 3 years because I block every Facebook domain that there is. So I have not seen a share button on a website in a long time. Basically, you can't get away from them unless you explicitly block it. Now, there's app extensions that can do that as well. But their biggest concern wasn't on the data collection as much as on the acquisitions. They're basically acquiring applications that have the high potential to be their competitors. That was their big deal. Google, it's just you go in to use Google and everything that you see, so everything here on this image, you type in like Beyonce. I'm not sure why you would want to, but you type in Beyonce and you get the first link is Beyonce, which by the way is only going to work because Beyonce's huge. If it's your business, yeah, that ain't showing up. You get, this is all Google products, this is all Google products, this is all Google products, and you have these guys here, and some of these things are, by the way, going to be ads as well. So they're basically arguing that Google is basically just feeding its own content, not anything that benefits any third party. And then, was that all of them? Yeah, I think I covered all of them. So we get to the bottom of the report, like, yeah, you go get them, government, you go get them. We get down to the bottom. How much power does this judiciary subcommittee have? 0. All they can do is make a recommendation to the Federal Trade Commission, which is about as vicious as a toothless lion. A toothless dead lion. The FTC is pretty much useless as a government agency. And the DOJ. The DOJ can do something. Are they really going to? Let's see. They work extensively with Amazon. I really don't see DOJ making a lot of fighting with Amazon a whole lot, or any of these guys. Maybe fighting with Apple because they want Apple to have backdoor encryption. I don't know. So they can pretty much do nothing other than make recommendations to the FTC and the DOJ. And then will those two do anything about it? Probably not. Probably not. So there you have it. Yes, it's come down. They have engaged in antitrust. What can you do about it? Nothing. Okay. Well, if you'd like to support the channel, you can have a look at Subscribestar. This is my new support line, subscribestar.com/switched-to-Linux. You can jump on over here. I have 1, 5, 10, 25 plans. Should I put 25? Yeah, I did. Put those guys up there, and those are, you can help support the channel. We get in, you can get into on the supporter streams that we do on Thursdays. If you send me video requests, I will consider those well before a random stranger sending me video requests. And I do write books as well, so if you are interested in any of my books, you do get e-book copies or audiobook copies of those at the $5 a month or up. So there is Subscribestar. We are also on Patreon if you prefer that, patreon.com/TomM, T-O-M-M. So there you have it. So thanks for coming along, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.